morning, dear students. Yesterday we discussed about electric dipole and electric dipole moment and electric field intensity at due to a electric dipole. We know very well definition of electric dipole. What is definition? A system in which two charges of same magnitude and opposite nature are separated by a very small distance is called electrical dipole. Similarly, we define electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is the product of magnitude of any charge and the distance between them two charges. Our next topic is torque and force on a dipole in uniform electric field. Firstly, we discuss about force on a dipole in a uniform electric field. For this, suppose an electric dipole AB of length 2L is placed in uniform electric field E at an angle theta. It means we know that direction of electric dipole moment is always from negative to positive charge. So we draw a uniform electric field, this E vector. This is the uniform electric field, E vector. And a electric dipole AB of length 2L is placed in this field, and angle between direction of electric dipole moment and direction of electric field is theta. So we can draw a dipole like this AB. Here minus Q charge placed and here plus Q charge. So the direction of electric dipole negative to positive means upward direction. Here angle between this dipole and direction of electric field is theta. This length 2L. So we know that the force acting on this charge minus Q, F is equals to QE, and the direction of the force is opposite to the direction of electric field for a negative charge, means F vector is equals to minus QE vector. Similarly, force act on this plus Q charge, F is equals to QE, and the direction of force for positive charge is that in the direction of a electric field, means F vector is equals to QE. So the resultant force on this electric dipole, F resultant is equals to plus QE vector minus QE vector. This force is in same magnitude and opposite direction, so they will cancel out each other. So F net is equals to 0. It means the resultant force acting on this dipole is 0. So we can say that this dipole does not have translatory motion, but line of action of both forces. This is the line of action of this force, and this is the line of action of this force. We can easily see that these lines of force, line of action of both forces different. So a force pair acting on the this dipole, which attempts to parallel the dipole to electric field like this. This force in this direction and this force in this direction. So due to this force pair, this dipole can be rotated like this. Okay. This force pair is known as torque of this dipole. So line of action of both forces is different. So a force pair is acting on this dipole which attempts to parallel the dipole to the electric field in the direction of electric field like this, which force pair is known as torque. Torque is represented by tau. This is tau, and we know that definition and formula of tau. Tau is equals to product of magnitude of force and normal distance between line of action of both forces. It means this perpendicular distance between line of action of both forces. Let us suppose this point is C and this angle is 90 degree. This angle theta, similarly this angle also theta. Okay. So we know that magnitude of force F is equals to QE and normal distance between line of action of both forces is BC. We find BC. What is BC? By this triangle ABC. 12, we know that length of a dipole is 12 and this distance we measure. BC is equals to this BC measured by this triangle. In this triangle, this arm is perpendicular and this hypotenuse. Okay. So sin theta is equals to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So sin theta by this triangle BC upon 2L. BC is equals to, so BC is equals to 2L sin theta. Put this value in this equation and F is equals to QE. So tau is equals to QE 2L sin theta. We know that electric dipole moment P is equals to Q into 2L. So we can replace Q into 12 by P. So tau is equals to PE sin theta. Here theta is the angle between direction of dipole moment and direction of electric field. In vector form, we can represent torque tau vector is equals to P vector cross, this is the vector product, cross E vector. So the unit of torque, we know that unit of a dipole moment coulomb into meter and a unit of electric field intensity Newton upon coulomb. So resultant unit of torque Newton into meter. This is a vector quantity. So direction of torque tau is determined by the right hand screw rule. From this rule we find direction of torque is the perpendicular to the plane P vector and E vector. Suppose this direction is the P vector and this direction is of E vector. If the top of right hand screw, suppose that this is a screw, rotate from P to E like this, P to E. means this type clockwise, then the direction of motion, the tip of screw means this will show the direction of toe. Suppose we rotate this screw like this, then motion of a tip represent the direction of a toe. Okay, it is downward direction. Okay, our chapter has been completed. Now we discussed about some numericals. Before discussing numerical, we discuss about some conditions of this dipole. Special condition, case first. If theta is equals to 0, it means angle between direction of dipole and direction of electric field is 0. Then sin 0 is equals to 0. So from this formula, tau is equals to P is sin theta, tau is equals to 0. This is minimum. In this case, the electric dipole is in stable state. Okay. Case second, if theta is equals to 180 degree, it means the direction of electric dipole is opposite to the direction of electric field. Then sin 180 also 0. So tau again 0. This is also minimum condition. In this case, the electric dipole is in unstable state. Case third, if theta is equals to 90 degree, then sin theta is equals to 1. 90 means direction of a dipole perpendicular the direction of electric field. Like this. This is the direction of dipole and this is the direction of a electric field. In this condition, tau is equals to Pe. It is maximum in this case. Torque is maximum. Now, our chapter has been completed. Now we discuss some numericals. Our first question is, two small point sphere of a mass 200 gram each are suspended by two insulated threads of length 40 centimeter each from a common point. Both the spheres are equally charged and the distance between them in equilibrium is 4 centimeter. So find the charge on each sphere. Firstly, we write these values. Mass of spheres m is equals to 200 gram is equals to, in kg, 200 multiply 10 to power minus 3 kg. Okay, it means 0.2 kg. And length of isolated threads L is equals to, we consider L, 40 centimeter is equals to 40 into 10 to power minus 2 meter. And in equilibrium state, distance between two charges, suppose that this is R, is equals to 4 centimeter is equals to 4 into 10 to power minus 2 meter. And charge of point spheres Q1 is equals to Q2 is equals to Q. Okay. From this question, we draw a figure like this. Suppose that this is rigid base and this common point, and this is a insulated thread, and this is also insulated thread of length 40 centimeter L. Here hanged out a point mass M. This is M. Both spheres are equally charged. So here property of force between these two spheres is repulsive. Okay, means force on this sphere in this direction and the direction of force, this is effect. Okay, due to gravitation acceleration, here weight of this sphere mg and this is also mg. Due to this mg, here tension force is produced in this thread T. Okay, now we decompose tension force, this tension, in components. This component and this component, this component, and one is this. This is the equilibrium distance. This is R. Firstly, we find theta. Here, this R is very less compared to this L. So, this angle between these threads, suppose that 2 theta. So, this is theta and this also theta. Okay. Now, this angle from this angle, this is the parallel lines and these are all, this angle we measure theta and this angle theta. Okay, component, vertical component of a tension force T cos theta and horizontal T sin theta. Similarly, T cos theta, T sin theta. Here, T cos theta component is balanced by this mg and this T sin theta component is balanced by this repulsive force F. So we can write as, from this figure, T sin theta is equals to F. F is the repulsion force. It's also known as Coulomb force, is equals to, we know that K Q1 Q2 over R square. So K Q1 means Q, Q2 means Q, Q square upon R square. This is equation number 1. Vertical component T cos theta is equals to mg, equation number 2. Dividing equation 1 by equation 2, then we get tan theta is equals to kq square upon r square mg. Here theta is a very small quantity, so we know that if theta is very small, then sin theta approx equals to theta and tan theta also approx equals to theta. So we can written as, if theta is very small, then sin theta approx equals to tan theta. So this tan theta replaced by sin theta. So sin theta is equals to kq square upon r square multiply mg. From this formula, we find q square. So q square is equals to, from this formula, r square mg multiply sin theta upon k. R square multiply mc upon k or multiply sin theta. So q is equals to r square mg sin theta upon k power 1 by 2. Okay. Value of sin theta. From this geometry, we find sine theta. Here this is angle theta and this angle is 90 degree. So we know that sine theta is equals to perpendicular this upon hypotenuse. We know that perpendicular is r by 2 and hypotenuse is L. So sine theta by geometry sine theta is equals to r upon 2 upon L. We know that r is equals to 4. So r by 2, L is equals to 40. So sine theta is equals to 1 upon 20. All values put in this formula, then Q is equals to R. In meter means 4 into 10 to power minus 2 square. So we can write 4 into 10 to power minus 2. M, mass of a sphere 0.2 kg, 10. In round figure we take 10 and sine theta 1 upon 20. 1 upon 20 K. Value of K is 9 into 10 to power 9. Okay. So Q is equals to, by solving this calculation, we get 1.74 multiply 10 to power minus 40. Power 1 by 2. Here also power 1 by 2. Okay. So Q is equals to, then we solve this calculation, then we get 1.32 into 10 to power minus 7. Unit of charge is coulomb. Okay. So and this is also the solution of this question, minus 7 coulomb. Okay students, now our chapter and numerical has been completed. If you have any doubt, you write your comment in comment box, and next chapter we will discuss in our next video. Thank you.